Friday. Tom, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm a lot better after the result. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, suddenly everything's looking good
Yeah,
again. Everyone's really happy, isn't it?
yeah. To be
It's
fair,
amazing.
mate,
One
even
game.
if we lost 2-0, I'd still be a lot happier than I was on Thursday.
Yeah, I know that was. Let's not talk about that one. I'm still trying to get over that one. So, do you what are you thinking at the moment? Do you think we're back on song? Do you think we back on for sort of a fourth place charge, or do you think still what do you think about it all?
It's a weird one because if you look at the table, it looks quite good. Like we're only 3 points behind Chelsea and like a
Mm,
point behind West Ham. I think we're in front of Everton and Liverpool now. The thing that does concern me is I think it was only Aston Villa. I think the real test will come next. You can play Everton or if it's Man
mm,
United next, whatever game's next, because they're a lot better
mm.
side. And without Grealish, Villa didn't look too threatening, but I still thought we
No.
played really well. To be fair.
Yeah, I mean, any standout players? I mean, what did you think about the? I mean, obviously it was a completely new lineup, which took everyone by surprise. But I mean, were you happy with that? And were you happy with the young uns in there? And who do you think played well?
Yeah, to be honest, I was really happy with the lineup. I was a bit surprised Toby went in there because
Mm,
I didn't really think he played that bad in the last couple of games, but it was just a breath of fresh air to see like Tanganga, Roden given a go because the way I look at it is what's the point sticking to the same players and make the same mistakes all the time? You might as well give like I think Tanganga's
mm.
been quite good this season and I
Yeah,
thought he played well today. I thought Moore was absolutely brilliant today. He seemed to be he seemed to be everywhere,
my
mate. He
man,
seemed to be
my man
he seemed to be defending, he seemed to be attacking, he seemed to be
is
winning free
everywhere.
kicks, he seemed to be
Yeah,
doing everything. But he was, I think, honestly,
yeah.
if you asked me about a couple of months ago, I wouldn't have wanted to keep him beyond the summer. But now I think he's got to stay with him now.
But I must be like Mora's number one fan. I've always been calling for him to be in the side ahead of even Bergwijn this season. Everyone was telling me he was shit, so I feel like there's a bit of own back now because he's been
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant for the last 5 or 6 games. So that's really, really good. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Tangang, and as you said, Tanganga played really well. Yeah, why do you think he hasn't been in the side this year, like ahead of Doherty? What do you think it is?
I don't know. I think the thing is, a lot of people I think are obsessed with age. Like they go on about, oh, he's too young, he's too young. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Like I think
Yeah,
Doherty, I'm not sure it's because we signed Doherty and he sort of feels pressure from Levy to play him, but I
yeah,
think Tanganga is miles better. I think yeah,
he
I'm
is.
not. He makes Doherty makes Tanganga look like Prime Maldini, honestly,
He
because he's
does.
that
He
bad.
does. He actually does, though. He actually does.
I didn't think Tanganga played absolutely amazing, but it's just nice to have a solid right back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Like
he is
obviously,
solid. I mean, yeah, you could question maybe some of his positioning on certain set pieces and certain balls that went into the box, but generally on the ball, I thought he looked very solid. And he's even drifting past, the opposition and dribbling with the ball as well, which shows a lot of confidence, doesn't it, for someone that's been frozen out the team to sort of get on the ball and actually start being very positive and dribbling past players. That takes a lot for a young player as well, doesn't it?
yeah. Yeah, he seems to have that athleticism. Like I think when Doherty plays, it's just I know it sounds quite bad saying this, but he's just got no pace. He's just like a weak link. It's just I didn't see what Doherty does because he doesn't do anything going forward, and I don't think
Mm,
he does anything going back.
yeah.
Whereas Tanganga just has that extra bit of pace. Do you know what I mean? That just gets us out of trouble if we ever get exposed down the right.
Definitely, definitely. I see that. I see that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we won 2-0. We're now looking upwards towards fourth. We're 3 points behind Chelsea. I mean, how do you think the season's going to go? Do you think we might even pip it?
I think the next two games will show us where we are because, like I said today, I think we played really well. Like I'm not going to be negative and go, oh, because I could turn around and go, oh, Villa were poor
Mm,
today, but I thought we played really well. But
yeah,
I think we'll find out the real how good we are when we play Everton and Man United because they're a lot better sides.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So how are you feeling about those games? How many points? If you had to say points wise, what you thinking we're going to take from those?
It's a weird one because at the moment, Everton and Man United, I thought they were having quite good seasons, but when you actually look
Mm,
where they are on the table and you think, well, it's probably because everyone else hasn't been very good. So I think we
mm,
could definitely beat Everton. When we played them the last time, I thought we were the better side by far,
yeah,
and we got really unlucky that game. But
yeah,
at
that's
Man
what I thought.
United, it's a difficult one because if we play, because you know what we're like, don't you, with these teams, like every time we played a big team at home, we've just been too scared to pass the ball, too scared to press, too scared to do anything. So
Yeah.
if we play like that, it will go
Mm.
right into Man United's hands. If we actually go at them, I can see us winning.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Why do you think when we're playing at home we look really like nervy and sort of like stagnant. But when we play away, we seem to sort of show a little bit more, throw a bit more caution to the wind. Is that just coincidence, or like, am I looking into that too much? Is that a correlation or a causality?
I don't know if it's a home and away thing. I think it's more of a big team thing. Like I remember you saying to Sim the other day about as soon as we play a big team, we just show no confidence, and I think that's true because it's like a lot of these teams that beat us this season. Like in the past, when you got beat by the big teams, they've normally played better than us. But look at like the Chelsea and Arsenal game, and I didn't think they were even out of second gear all game, and they still won comfortably. Do you know what I mean? So I think if we actually turn up, I think we'll actually be a threat to any side in the league. But it's just a confidence for me.
Yeah, it's constant, and I also think energy thing as well, energy wise, because I think that when we really like pound the ball down, you know, really like press hard, I think we look good. But when we start to trot around the pitch a little bit too much and just like jog it out, then I think we end up getting like exposed. So yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, any other last words going forward? I mean, you feeling pretty positive? Do you think we've turned a corner in that one game, or do you think do you think that, well, you just said it there, the next two games are going to decide everything, but you're feeling like, is that Man United? Do you think feeling pretty confident about that one?
Yeah, I think it depends. If we turn up and play like we did today with a bit more confidence on the ball, I think we'll do well. But like you said the other day, I was glad you said what you said about Kane, because although I love him just like every other Spurs fan, I think he wasn't pulling his part in the team in terms of pressing. But today, he's to really have the grip between his teeth. And I thought Ndombele and Højbjerg played really well today as well. And I thought even Davis had a big improvement, because normally Davis, you won't see him near the halfway line, above the halfway line. Do you know what I mean? You get like once or twice a season, but he was good today as well. So I don't know what he's done. I think you might just give him a proper like kick up the ass and say to everyone like, look, like show some desire, because you're not going to be in the team if you don't, because other players want to play. And if you just want to walk around the pitch, and because even though Bale got dropped today, and it might have been a bit harsh, because I thought apart from the Arsenal game, I thought he's been playing really well. You've seen today, we actually played overall at defensively, we were much more solid.
Yeah, we were. And yeah, like I have to say about Kane is, though, like for me, he's been really off it for the last, I would say, eight or nine games, bar the Palace game, which I didn't watch, so I can't comment on that. But I thought today he put a real shift in, real shift in. He came, when you saw him came off the pitch, he was all like soil all over his face, down his shirt, like he came off with with battle scars on him. And I thought he really worked hard. I don't know what the boys thought about him. They might say he had a poor game, but for me, he actually put a real shift in off the ball. I could see he was actually really working hard to press today, which he hasn't been doing recently. So yeah, I'm glad you noticed that as well. And I'm happy to say it. If I see him putting in a shift, I'll call it. You know, so that was really big to see.
You can't just say every game, like, although we would love to say every game, oh, Kane's played amazing, you've got to be fair to other players as well. If he's not played well, you've got to say, because we can't, because he's done it a few times this season, but obviously he's more than made up for it with the other stuff he's done. But when he played bad, you've got to call him out. And I thought today it's a big improvement. So when he does well, got to praise him.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't get a goal from open play, you know, just I like to look at the work rate and the energy and the desire. I think that means a lot towards someone's performance. But all right, Tom, great to have you on, mate. Cheers, where are you calling from?
Thanks,
the West? You're from the West Country, or have I?
Yeah. Have I got a bit of a Bristol accent?
A little bit, mate. A little bit. I said that before. I said, you're from the West Country. He goes, no, mate, I'm from Ireland. I was like, okay, well, that's close enough.
Yeah. It's not as strong as some people around there. Say if I had a proper Bristolian one, you'd probably be able to not hear the word I say, probably, mate.
Probably wouldn't have understand you. Green Army. All right, mate. We'll speak to you soon. Take care, mate.
Cheers, John. Take care, mate. See you in a bit. Bye.